Another Secret Lair is out, and we've got the review that you need. We're going to tell you what we're buying, so make sure to stick around to the end. We're getting into the brand new Superdrop that has all of the characters from Street Fighter and stuff.
Death, taxes, secret layers. The video starts right now.
Highest level of gratitude to our patrons who power the channel through Patreon. Check out the Patreon link in the description to learn about monthly giveaways, VIP Discord access, and even our official playmat. Hello and welcome to The Day.
Thank you for spending your time with us.
I'm Jake.
I'm Joel. Welcome back to another episode of Jake and Joel Are Magic. We're going to go through the February Secret Lair Super Secret Super Drop, and we are going to tell you what we would buy from it and the value of each individual layer. But before we get into it, if you would, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you find any value in the video by the end of it.
And special thanks to our sponsor, Dragon Shield. We are going to be talking about some Secret Lair Street Fighter cards today, so there are some Dragon Shield sleeves that go along with those. Make sure to stick around and hear about those later.
Let's check out the Super Drop for February 2022. All right, Jake, as you said, Secret Lair Street Fighter is kind of the thing that they are pushing alongside all of this Secret Lair as the big pull, the big
That's
IP,
right.
the big licensed thing. But
The
we've
thing
also got...
like the thing like Walking Dead and like Secret Lair Stranger
Yes.
Things, and we're going to talk about that a little bit.
Except people like them now. People aren't mad about them anymore. Now it's like, I love that IP. Yay, magic cards.
They're like, just shove it down my throat. I love it. I'm going to eat as much of it as I can in the morning. It's replacing like my greens, right?
That's right.
One thing I do want to say, a disclaimer before we get into this and start talking about all of this. We're going to talk about prices today. Make sure to take all of that with a grain of salt. There's multiple different markets to buy cards in, and so just do your own due diligence. Make sure you look up prices yourself. We have pretty much approximated all of this, but do it yourself. It's always best to do the work.
Absolutely.
Let's go ahead and talk about
honestly,
this.
if you just like a Secret Lair because of how it looks, that's what's the point of these for me. So, you know, we like to look at things through the lens of what is the value in the box versus the lowest price on the acquirable version of it. But that's just the financial way of looking at it. If you like them, pick them up. And stick around to the end of the video because we're going to tell you which ones we like and which ones we're going to be picking up. Jake, let's jump into the individual layers here and start with Kamigawa, the manga, the cards. With this one, we've got some pretty cool cards, but also, Jake, some cards that we've seen before. Swords to Plowshares. This is a $3 card. We've got Idyllic Tutor. This is a $6 card. Search up a little enchantment, put it straight into your hand. Tutors are always pretty good pulls. Solve the Equation, Jake. This is a $3 card, an uncommon that just was printed in Strixhaven, but people are already playing it so much. I've been putting it in like every blue commander deck. If it just has 5 or 10 instants or sorceries, I'm like, yeah, at one point I'm going to want to search one of those really good cards up. That's an excellent inclusion here because I've talked about that card as being one of those that if they don't reprint it soon, we'll start creeping up into the $8 territory for an uncommon, which is kind of lame. Praetor's Grasp is a $14 card and represents the most value on a single card in this set. Plus, Jake, look at the art on this one. You got Tezzeret, you got Jenga Taxius, both looking at a very completed version of Praetor of Tamio. Kind of scary art on this Praetor's Grasp. And then this one wraps up with an $8 card with Veil of Summer. So Jake, looking at these cards, you know, $8 for Veil, $14 for Praetor's Grasp. All in, you got $34 worth of value in a $30 Secret Lair.
Yeah, and this doesn't take into account the fact that all of the Secret Lairs do have secret cards within, which is a precedent that's been set. Some of the Secret Lairs, and they have kind of moved away from this from the beginning, some of them do have arena codes or MTGO codes and that kind of thing that you
These
can take
are all
into
very
account.
widely coming with arena sleeves, multiple arena sleeves.
Yeah, so a lot of those Mitko codes would expire, and so I think they've like kind of moved away from that. I haven't seen that much lately, I should say. Lots of stuff in here, but it really comes down to how much does the art speak to you? Does the layer speak to you? Yeah. And that should inform it, because you know, I know that we've said this in videos in the past, but we've kind of moved away from like buying every single one of these, 100%. And now we just spring for the ones that we care about.
Yeah, normally I'll pick up the ones that like have that one killer card in it that I haven't ever picked up a copy of, and I'll get a special copy of now. But so that's the Kamigawa, the manga from the cartoon that was printed or that was released.
Right.
I guess not printed. These aren't cards. Jake, talk to us about Pictures of the Floating World.
So in this layer, we have the Hideaway Lands, and there is not a lot of value here. We have Windbrisk Heights, Shelldock Isle, Hollowtooth Hollow, Spine Rock Knoll, and then also Mosswort Bridge. And what you need to know about these is there isn't, as far as, you know, from the finance lens, there is not a lot of value here. The most value is in the Shelldock Isle, which is worth about $7. Windbrisk Heights is $1. Hollowtooth Hollow is $1. The Knoll is also $1.
I
And
listed
Bridge
those
is
as
also
$1. They're worth less than that. This is maybe some of the least, just from a value standpoint. The art is great. The cards look great. This is like the least value in a layer I've seen in a long time.
However, we do have a unified theme here that is really, you know, beautiful and I think going to be desirable for some players. But really, the only card that I would want out of this layer specifically is Shelldock Isle. Will there be some heavy-hitting secret card? Possibly so. There could be something in here that's just way over the top.
Pictures of the Floating World, $30. I mean, I'm going to tell you there's $10 worth of value in that set. It feels unfair because I personally am a huge fan of this art style. I use my Dragon Shield playmat of this art style with the dragon on it in a lot of streams, but I just, for those, it's not a group of cards that gets me really excited, which Jake brings us to the basic land set. Normally, this is a set that would not get me excited, but I love this treatment. These are all by Ben Schnuck, who you should know was a Twitter MTG altarist that was becoming famous for like making these for his patrons. And now Wizards said, okay, dog, love your stuff, man. And I gotta tell you, these are dope. I still wish, Jake, and I say this every basic land layer because I can't talk about prices on these. Basic lands are nothing, but I wish that I could buy like 20 of one of them instead of one pack with 5 of them. I would pay more if I could just say, yo, send me 20 swamps.
I mean, like they're doing with this whole astrological, these astrological layers that we're seeing, at least give us the option. The only thing that I hate about this, honestly, is that we're only getting 5 of them in the layer.
Right.
I really want
to bling
more.
out a whole deck with these.
But I like them as well. They have that really cool, like, retro feel to them. Kind of like a Virtual Boy kind of thing going on. And I think that that's really neat. And they do resonate with me as well. I will probably be picking one of these up. Again, stick around to the end. We're going to tell you what we would buy out of these layers.
Jake, that brings us to a cool one, which is special guest Yuko Shimizu.
Yeah, so this one is pretty sweet. We have 4 cards in here. We have a Borderless Hikori Dusk Drinker, $7 card. Borderless Kira Great Glass Spinner. This is a very popular card.
Great commander
card. This card is very, very pesky. Very pesky. $10 card here. Borderless Eidolon of the Great Revel, which is a burn piece that you need 4 of in Modern. So if you want that unified set, you're going to want to grab 4 of these because Eidolon is a 4 of. And that is a $16 card as well. And then Borderless Elvish Spirit Guide, which is kind of like a Simian Spirit Guide in a way. It should remind you of that, except for green. And that card is worth $12. So all in, we got about $45 worth of value here. And most of these secret layers, they do have a foil and a non-foil that you can purchase, correct?
Yeah, that is correct. 30 and 40 are the price points for those 2 items. Jake, this one seems really good to me. Yuko Shimizu, I've never seen his art. I hope I'm pronouncing their name correctly. I love their art. I think this is fantastic looking.
It's really cool.
From a value standpoint, cards like Elvish Spirit Guide, this has only ever been printed in alliances. This is like the second major printing of this card. That's why it's a $12 card. And you're going to get
good note.
Gorgeous treatment of it. And then Eidolon, I mean, I've seen this card. I've remembered this card high 20s, $30 to get a single copy of Eidolon. And like Jake said, this is a 4 of in Modern Burn. This one at $45 seems like a really great buy. I feel like a lot of people are going to want it for trying to get multiple copies of Eidolon of the Great Revel. And then this Kira Great Glass Spinner. This is a fantastic CEDH and EDH piece. So I know that people are going to find that one pretty highly attractive.
One thing we should note is that Eidolon has fallen from grace a little bit because of what Modern Horizons 2 has done with Dragon's Raid Channeler, excuse me, and then also Ragavan. So it's really hard trying to find those spots for it, but it is still a very, very good card, and you do want 4 of it if you want to play it in a competitive deck. Yep.
I'll tell you, Wizards making a $30, $40 layer, $35 or $45. They are really getting excellent at not looking at the secondary market. Jake, you know what? Why don't you go ahead and walk us through introducing Kaito Shizuki? We've got a lot to say about this one.
Well, what you need to know about this is every card is relevant, and it's just packed to the gills with value. $62 all in, and that's for like the most basic version you can find these cards. Borderless Brain Freeze is going to be $5. Borderless Bribery, big money hitter right here, is going to be $31. And again, we can't really account for the borderless yet. It's hard to tell what the price of these cards is going to be. Take all of that again with a grain of salt. Borderless Snap, $4. Then Borderless Unmask. This only has one printing in Mercadian Masks, and Borderless Unmask is an $18 card. Pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. And then let's talk about another card that only has one printing ever, and that's Borderless Shadow of Doubt. This is a great card. Players can't search libraries this turn. This is a backbreaker in certain formats.
And it replaces itself.
Right. In a meta where you have people that are tutoring up their win conditions and stuff like that, Shadow of Doubt is a very, very strong card. But yeah, all of these cards are relevant. We have 2 cards that are, honestly, 3 with Brain Freeze, Shadow of Doubt, and Unmask. We have 3 cards that are kind of having their scarcity answered here in this one secret layer, but everything here is really good, and Bribery is such a home run card too. Very, very strong.
Yeah, this is just like CEDH, the secret layer. I love Brain Freeze, Snap, Unmask, Shadow of Doubt, all in the same layer. This one, value-wise, inclusion-wise, art-wise, I'm loving all of these pieces. It's just, this one is a home run to me. This is a perfect example. Anytime I point and go, what do I want in a secret layer? This right here. Dope art, especially around a brand new main character to MTG, wildly playable cards that are going to be relevant. You're going to find a place for them, and hopefully that place is Commander, because you only need 1 of each. You're not trying to get these 4 ofs. I just really love this set. I think this is a fantastic one. Like Jake said, $30 to buy it, $62 worth of value the way we calculate it, which again
just
is
straight up.
Just
and
go get it.
If you do want playable cards, I will say this, just go for the non-foil version. I have been buying so many non-foil versions of Secret Layers, and I honestly love it. I save money, and I know that all the cards are going to come out nice and flat. It's a win-win until they figure out, and I really hate to highlight this, but so many of these will come out, the cards
super
are
relevant.
Right, but you have to know, if you're buying this and you're getting the foils and you're not putting them directly into sleeves or into a binder immediately,
even that,
you're going to have like Pringles sometimes. So look out for that. Just buy the cheaper one, not financial advice.
Yeah. Let's look at Lil Walkers. This one has got some very cute art. I think it's called chibi art. I want to make sure. Yeah, chibi cuties, big head, big eyes, tiny bodies. You know it, you love it. And Jake, we've got some really interesting picks. We've seen Planeswalker layers before that we were just like, don't want to do it.
Look at this.
Look, you've got it right there.
It's essentially this. It is this.
That's so funny. Oh my gosh, I don't even know. Hang on just a second. I got to go find. Hang on. Jake got us these last time. This was around New Year's. We were actually in the same place. We live on different coasts, if you don't know this. So yeah, Jake, I hadn't even thought about that. We've got these little Planeswalkers that we were so super excited about. He opened Teferi and I opened Ashiok. He has since then gotten a Johnny. But yeah, I mean, we like him. The art style is cute. And Jake, what I was saying, we've got some very interesting picks for this layer. We've seen Planeswalker layers before that we just were not enthusiastic about, but Ajani, Mentor of Heroes. This is a $12 card. This has only been printed twice, and one of the prints doesn't even count because it was Mythic Edition. So basically, it's been printed once in Journey into Nyx. We've got Soren Grim Nemesis. This is like a $5 card, solid inclusion. But we've got Tamio Moonsage. Again, Mythic Edition and Avacyn Restored. So 2 prints, but really 1 print. $16 card for Tamio. You've also got Ashiok Dream Render, which I know this just like hits every button for you. This clicks.
I love this card.
Flips every switch.
It's beautiful.
It's the least value in here at only $2 just because it's from a more recent set and there was a lot of
I will snap them up on the secondary market. But
exactly.
I love this. Yeah.
Yeah. It looks so great. I love the box, the text box of these two. It's just really well done. And then one of my favorite characters, Angrath the Flame Chained. Angrath from Ixalan. This has only been printed twice. Rivals of Ixalan and then the Year of the Ox like special set. So really only printed once.
Mythic Edition. Yeah.
But $5 for Angrath. I mean, this is a really fun set. You've got $40 worth of value in a $30 set. I think this kind of perfectly monetarily represents what Wizards is going for.
Yeah, Planeswalkers are always popular too, and these are all popular Planeswalkers. You know, they're nice, casual, most of them, at least in the lens of Commander. You know, we have some high mana values that we have in here that we're sorting through. But it is a really fun set of 5, and I do like the art on them. Having this extended art, or borderless rather, is it's a good time, and there's going to be people that really do love these.
$30 to get this one, $40 worth of value. Normally for the foil editions, we apply a rough 2x multiplier, double multiplier, but you do have to kind of be aware that those may not be playable right out of the box. Jake, that brings us to our next one, which is our licensed IP, the big banner set for this Secret Lair group, and that is Street Fighter. If you've made it this far, you like talking MTG finance, and you probably like Commander, you should definitely go jump into our Discord. We actually run a Commander League over there through our Patreons, got prize supports, very cool, proxy friendly. Go check out the Commander League. Definitely jump into the Discord. Jump into the conversation about some finance and Commander stuff.
So yeah, no real market data on these cards as of this point, but what we do know is that in the past with like Walking Dead and Stranger Things, these cards do have value. People do get very excited for them. We have E Honda, Sumo Champion, Ryu, World Warrior, Ken, Burning Brawler, Blanca that you see right here, Ferocious Friend, Chun-Li, Countless Kicks. This card is pretty nuts. We're going to talk about it. Dalsim, the Pliable Pacifist, Guile, the Sonic Soldier, and then Zangief, the Red Cyclone. So presumably a Lightning Bolt Hadoken could possibly be the secret card in here. But what you do need to know is you are getting eight legendary creatures here.
Unique.
Big deal from a Commander perspective, right? We're getting 8 unique, mechanically unique. As of right now, there is no other version of this card that has an MTG variant. This is a Secret Lair IP. Like we said, Walking Dead, Stranger Things. These cards exist as we see them right here. It will be Commanders. Okay, so why don't we talk about a couple that we were pretty excited about. The first one that really was raised our eyebrow was Chun-Li Countless Kicks. For 1 blue, 1 white, and 1 other, you're getting a 3/3 with multi-kicker that is a hybrid blue or white. And when it enters the battlefield, exile up to X target instant cards from your graveyard, where X is the number of times Chun-Li was kicked. Put a kick counter on each of them, and then Lightning Kick. Whenever Chun-Li attacks, this is on the attack. Copy each exiled card you own with a kick counter on it, and you may cast the copies.
Insane.
Pretty nuts.
This one seems like you want a lot of instants in your deck. You want to be casting them a lot, and so maybe your instants are like working you towards your end game, which is, I would think, a really, like 4 to 5 kicked Chun-Li that you can somehow give haste with Greaves or Boots or something, and then you get to swing on that turn and recast 5 instant cards from your graveyard, or from exile rather. A draw card, a bounce spell, some kind of search spell. That is how I see this being built. Right.
Yeah.
But it's so It seems really powerful. Jake, I'm also really interested in Zangief, the red cyclone. A green, a red, a black, 2 others. So Jund color identity for a 7/4 human warrior, 2 wildly relevant creature types. Zangief must be blocked. As long as it's your turn, Zangief is indestructible. And whenever it deals damage to a creature, if that creature was dealt excess damage this turn, that creature's controller sacks a non-creature, non-land permanent. So it's dealing 7 damage. So if you block it with a 6 toughness creature, it's going to be dealt 1 excess damage, which means that they would then sacrifice. And that's all the way down for any lower toughness than that.
Right.
This just seems like a really fun commander. You're not being able to target stuff specifically. And so
but it is eating through artifacts. It's eating through enchantments. It's a very powerful card. Planeswalkers as well.
Yeah.
Very, very cool design. And again, all of these, this is going to be a little bit of a different price here on this one. You do need to know that the baseline of this, unlike the other secret layers we've been talking about, is 40, and then the foil version is going to be 50 for this. Again, I really do like just the non-foil version. You're saving a little bit of money. All your cards are going to be nice and flat. You're getting 8 cards here, and again, mechanically unique, viable new commanders, possible breakouts here that have yet to be seen. So really interesting, really fun product. Even if you don't like Street Fighter, definitely something to consider. But if you do like Street Fighter, I'm sure it's a home run for you.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. And that's, I think, what is going to be the driver for the IPs is like, we can't, really decide, are these cards valuable or not? It's, do you like this IP? I bought the Stranger Things. I bought The Walking Dead. Street Fighter, will I buy it? I don't know. You'll have to stick around to the end. Jake, we've got one more layer that we want to talk about, and this one's kind of nuts. This
Value
is our
Town, baby.
Neon Dynasty Neon Ink foil edition. There's only one version of this, and it is the foil one. It's going to Pringle, and you're going to love it. Suck it. $50 for the Neon. That's what Secret Lair Wizard says to me every time I buy a foil edition. Neon Ink foil edition Secret Lair. Jake,
suck it.
Ghostly Prison, it's gonna bend. Suck it. Ghostly Prison, Freed from the Real, Bosiju Who Shelters All, and Hall of the Bandit Lord. I do want to point out the fact that like 6 months ago when we started talking about Neon Dynasty, we were like, hey, y'all need to watch out because Bosiju or Hall of the Bandit Lord may pop up in an ancillary, some kind of secret version in your collector booster, or it could show up in a secret lair. Showed up in a secret lair. Here we go. When you're talking about the value,
I do wish that we had got a Boro though.
Yeah,
that would have been pretty sweet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Would have been pretty sweet. But yeah, dude, it's kind of crazy. Before you talk about this, we have a Secret Lairs Street Fighter that has 8 cards in it for $50. This one has 4 cards in it for $50. What's the difference? Well,
they don't look at the secondary market, I promise. Look, this one's hard to talk about the value of because these are all foil. And if you want to go get a foil copy of Hall of the Bandit Lord, that's $150 foil because it's only ever been printed in Champions of Kamigawa, and you have to find a foil of it past that. If you want a foil of Bosiju Who Shelters All, this is $107 foil that's only ever been printed in Champions of Kamigawa. Then you've got an incredible commander combo piece in Freed from the Real. Hint, put this on any mana dork that makes 2 mana, and you have infinite mana as long as it can make a blue mana. You've got infinite mana immediately. And then you've also got one of the most classic commander cards of all time, Ghostly Prison. A foil of this, though,
prison piece.
$15 to $20 for a foil of Ghostly Prison because it's not a hard copy, it's not a hard card to go get a copy of because it's been printed in Commander Precon products a ton, but that means it's not being printed in foil. And so it being in foil is a big deal for this one, even though they're definitely going to Pringle up and you just have to suck it. So with this one, so much value if you just want to look at, oh wow, you could get a foil Bosiju Who Shelters All, who says, hey, by the way, your Exsanguinate is completely uncounterable. It's definitely going to happen when you cast, Torment of Hailfire. Nobody's going to be able to respond. Whoopsie.
Right.
And then Hall of the Bandit Lord, if you want a foil version of these, just wildly playable. That's my point. Very playable 4 cards, and the foil prices of these are insane.
And from my perspective, and I'll just say, I do not have a Besiege. I do not have a Hall Bandit board.
Right.
Okay. So for me, like, it is a home run product. I have a Freed from the Real. I don't play it. I'm not really concerned about it. The Ghostly Prison, I have multiple copies of. But I don't have those 2 big pieces, those big scarce pieces from back in the day. And so this, you know, a little spoiler, I probably will be picking this one up just so that I can have a land that says when I cast something, it's not going to get countered. So pretty cool stuff. Do you like the big bright yellow? That's a big thing that you should ask yourself. All of these have a theme of having this big neon, like kind of yellow theme with it.
Yeah.
If that doesn't work for you, this might not resonate with you. If you have all these cards already, it might not resonate with you. But for any of these secret lairs, what we could say is if you don't have it, if you don't have any of the cards, these are really good opportunities to buy into them.
As far as what I would pick up from this secret lair, I'm looking at...
Are you going the bundle? Let's ask that first. Are you going the bundle?
I never really go bundles. I'll be transparent about that. I don't really spend
Even though they give you
much.
a price cut, we should say that. There is a price cut if you go bundle.
I don't spend that much on secret lairs. I pretty much every secret lair time, I buy 1, maybe 2 of them, and that's pretty much how I engage. So with this one, I think I like 3 of them. I really like the ink foil because, like you said, I don't have Besiege You, I don't have Hall of the Bandit Lord, and I like that version of Freed from the Real. I think that's my favorite art version of Freed from the Real so far. So I would like that one. I also really like Kaito Shizuki set. The art, the cards, I've already raved about that one. I also really like Shades Not Included for the simple fact that I want them to see the community response to this be very positive. I think that this is a great thing for them to do. Bring in some of these talented altruists that are just, they are content creators. They're out there doing their thing, making their art. And this is so kick-ass that Wizards pulled them in. I'm so passionate about that. And so
it's pretty sweet.
I'll be picking this one up just to support. Again, I wish I could buy a pack of 10 of 1 so that, you know, like I would reskin my entire mono black deck with the swamps from this so quickly. But, you know, getting all those singles is tough. And then I'm kind of torn on the secret lair Street Fighter, Jake. I don't know Street Fighter. When I was a kid, I played a lot of Mortal Kombat. I didn't play Street Fighter. And so for me, this does not resonate with me. It does not excite me. But the individual cards themselves outside of the IP, really love Chun-Li, really love Zangief, really love Guile, kind of. And then Dhalsim, I think, is a really good card, period, just with letting you draw cards off creature attacks. So I would definitely get the Neon Ink, definitely getting Kaito Shizuki, definitely getting lands. And then I would think about the Street Fighter version. What about you?
All right, so for me, I would go with Street Fighter just because of the IP, all these mechanically unique planeswalkers, and then the history of Walking Dead, how that product is done, and then also how Secret Lair Stranger Things is done. Additionally, I'm with you on Neon Ink. I think that, and again, all of these are probably going to be the non-foil versions except for Neon Ink, which only comes in foil again, but definitely because of the 2 big lands in there that I don't have. And then also, I love the little walkers. I think that those are good. I love the Kaito Shizuki, which has the bribery and tons of value in there as well. And then finally the lands. So if I had to add all of those up, if they're closest to the non-foil bundle, I might go with that. But those are my picks.
Yeah, very cool. That's the breakdown on the value of the secret lairs and which ones we would buy. As always, let us know down in the comments what you think of these and if you think any of them are going to be something you buy.
Yes, we like to do a review of each of these products when they come out, kind of like an Is It Worth It, a what we'd buy, so that you can be informed. I hope it helped some of you. And until next time, we'll see you at the next secret lair.
Bye-bye.